India or Modi? Those who believe that the BBC's controversial documentary is only against Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the party ruling the country are ignorant of yesterday's history. Those who believe that whatever Britain and its cronies spew as truth, who have always implemented their hidden agendas through divisive politics in the world, are foolish people. After 200 years of killing the people in India, both economically and the fact that they went back dividing the mind of this country on the basis of religion is enough to understand how vile this class is. This was the thinking of Britain. They used the media, including the BBC, as much as possible to fuel this hatred. By publishing the map of India without Kashmir several times, by constantly giving news that questions the sovereignty and integrity of India, and also by spreading the sparks of sectarianism among the coexisting people. But the Indian government and government systems of that time conspired to give all this a label of trust without being ready to control or ban such hidden media. Even though there were constant efforts by the BBC to embroil Pakistan and India and humiliate India on behalf of China, the Indian government as a sovereign nation was not ready to take a tough stance. New Year Broadcasting Group understood this earlier and thus decided to start News Quest 5 years ago. From conception to birth, there is only a few days of waiting. But our infancy is not a limitation for us to defend against the onslaught of a media giant when the country is under attack. We are continuing this series of investigations from the firm conviction that it is a responsibility towards this country and its people. We are the ones who believe that it is the responsibility of everyone, regardless of party politics, to protect the integrity of the country when the BBC or media like them scratch the integrity of the country. An example of this is when China banned the BBC in 2021. BBC World News was banned in China after the controversial news that the Uyghur Muslims were being massacred by the Chinese government. Such strong measures are necessary when they try to humiliate a sovereign state and its legal systems in front of the world community. When the country is trying to forget the pains of the Gujarat riots, BBC has come up with strategies to bring it down again. This revelation of the BBC shows the purity of its intention at a time when India is entering the leadership position of the world through a united movement to forget the reprehensible tragedy. It is when the sense of loss that had to be reduced to the cycle of being so disturbed by the whites that a country that they had colonized is rapidly moving forward as a light to the world. This can be compared with mythology, the strategy of war, which put Shikhandi in front with the strong belief that he is not capable of direct defense against this. The biggest weapon to destroy India is to destroy the image of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is leading this surge. BBC said that by doing this, Modi's and India's glory can be extinguished at the international level, and Hindu and Muslim conflicts can be created in India. But unfortunately, the opposition parties in India have seen themselves falling into this double-edged trap. They fought to fulfill the purpose of these colonial powers by showing this documentary all over the country. Those who are rallying behind the white man's tail, BBC, forgetting and distrusting all the sovereign institutions of our country, including the judiciary, should know what they are doing now. They all belong to this anti-national slum. Backed by facts and research, News Quest will be at the forefront of this anti-slum battleground.